What's up guys, Pop101 here. Now as you saw in that little intro, Earthbending is officially back in Blade and Sorcery 1.0. So in today's video, I'm just going to be showcasing all of the incredible new features. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so we need to merge these two crystals together. And now we have a tier 2. And if we merge 2 of these tier 2 earth crystals together, we get our tier 3. So give me something good. Heck yeah. So all we need to do is drop our earthbending crystal, the tier 3 crystal, inside after we've merged it. And we have the earth shatter. Oh, that's cool. An earth push, just chucking a bunch of the rocks at the enemies. The earth shield, which protects us and we can also kick it back. Very cool. And then of course our earth spikes, which just knock enemies down and do damage. Okay, and this is just normally using the earth bending. That's fine. Oh, and it turns the parts to stone and petrified. And you can even snap the limb off. That's awesome. We have the rock launch, which an imbued staff can shoot out a rock. Very cool. The earth shockwave. Oh, which knocks back any nearby enemy. Very, very cool. Earth pillars from the sky. That's sick. I want to use that one again. And then aim assist, which... oh, that's super cool. I love that. So even when we're that far away, it'll still auto-target an enemy. And now that we've officially unlocked every earthbending skill, let's head over to the arena so that I can actually use the abilities. Okay, now that we've officially upgraded earthbending, all we need to do is select the spell right here, and then there's a bunch of different abilities, all of which are now customizable, although the version that is currently on Nexus, it does show that there's a bunch of errors, so you can't change anything live as of this moment. But for now, all you need to do is pull the trigger when you have it selected, throw your hands up, and you get these rocks. Now I have the automatic aim feature, so when you hit them, they automatically aim at whichever enemy is in your line of sight. So for example, if I wanted to do one like this right here, and instead of aiming at them, I want to hit this guy, well, I can just spank that rock, and it nails him in the head. Oh my gosh. And look at that, he actually cut off his own hand with the claymore. That's pretty awesome. So, while we have a bunch of these dummies here, one of my favorite things to do is literally just line them all up like this. Check this out. And then of course they all just stay up here. And then you can just go down a line. And of course you can punch them too. Like so. It is such a fun ability. And I'm so excited that earthbending is now back. But let's say that first skill is a bit annoying to you. Well, check this out. So if you want to spawn in a bunch of these, literally just as many as you want, instead of hitting them one at a time, if you hold both triggers and you push out, you can do a bunch of them, although for some reason they don't have auto-targeting, which kind of stinks a little bit. So I hope Davey adds that as a feature at some point in the future, and if not making that part of the base mod, he makes it at least a customizable feature. So that would be pretty cool, at least in my opinion, because there's a reason why they added the customizable mod options directly into the book, right guys? And if you agree with that, just feel free to let me know in the comment section. If not, I don't know. I'll take your guys' opinion on that. But regardless, here's a couple of the other features which I love. Spawn army. Okay, now that we have a couple more guys, let's check this out. So if you go holding the triggers and you go up, you can of course spawn as many of those as you want. If you hold the triggers and the grips and then you go up, instead of spawning the rocks, you get this rock wall, which normally blocks enemies, but for some reason, this guy is deciding to phase through it. Get out of here, pal. So, what happens is if we summon this rock wall, obviously it will protect us against whatever, and we can actually knock it back and cause it to hit enemies. Like, it is insane. And look at that, we actually just pinned 2 enemies against each other. Now, I really wish we could customize how long these stay active for, so that would probably be some of the features. Like, come on, this is so cool. Imagine an enemy trying to shoot you with an arrow. Summon Warbow. Let's check this out. So we just summoned our bow. So I'm going to hit that. Check this out. Let's see, does it actually defend against projectiles? I assume it should. Yeah. It literally blocks against everything, so it's a perfect rock wall. And now instead of holding both triggers and grips and going up, if you go forward with your hands like so, you create this little rock, I guess, a barrage, which knocks back any enemies. And okay, so you need to deselect the spell in order to reactivate it. Yeah, there you go. Okay, and you can do it literally as many times as you want. It does seem like there's a delay to it, which is a little bit annoying, but I guess it is what it is. And I honestly love this one. It's one of my more favorite abilities in this, because we can literally knock back any enemy that it touches. It doesn't need to be just the first one, like all of these guys right here. Check that out. Every single one of them just gets blown back by this ability. It is so much fun to use. And you know what? I'm thinking, why don't we actually start our own waves? Just because it might be a little bit better to showcase this against actual enemies. Okay, so you guys have seen creating the rock wall. You guys have seen creating those spikes. Now, hey, get out of my face. Now what I need to show you is if we do that again, but instead of going up or forward, if we go down, we actually create these rock pillars, although it seemed to detect that I went forward with my hands too, probably because I was still moving. So, why don't we do this? And we just go straight down. We create these rock pillars which knock back and just basically kill enemies. Come down. Holy cow, that's epic. And it looks like the Petrification Imbue is still working. I wasn't expecting that to. So if we imbue any weapon with this, check this out. They get petrified, their body part gets frozen temporarily, whichever, part of them you hit, like this, and then they can't move. Ah, that's actually a good feature. It drops any weapons that get petrified in that hand. Definitely not something that I had seen before. I don't know if that's a new ability or what, but it's so cool. And that's interesting. It seems like it's not an ability that goes away. I wonder if that's a bug in this new version. Oh no, okay. Looks like it just has a very long period of time before it disappears. And I do believe that the sound needs to be decreased just a bit, or at least make it customizable, because it just keeps going and going and going, and honestly it's a little bit annoying. Hey, get out of my face. And of course, if you just hold the triggers and go up, like I just did, we create these spikes. So there are a ton of different, all gesture-controlled abilities with... What the heck? How are you still alive? Get out of my face. Oh my... He was trying to fight me, but he has no head. I don't even get how that works. Him with no arm. That I can understand, but what the heck, guys? I mean, come on. Ugh. I absolutely love using all of these abilities in conjunction with each other like this, because if you just hold the trigger and you go crazy, watch this. So we can go up, we can go forward, we can go down, all in one fluid motion like that, and have all of the abilities just act and do whatever we want, basically, against the enemies. It's pretty freaking awesome. Huh. Now, one ability that I'm thinking about is, since, with this 1.0 update, if you grab a creature, you pull the trigger, you can actually imbue them with whatever spell you're holding. For example, fire, lightning, gravity, like we just burned that guy by holding the trigger. Well, one thing that I would recommend to Davey, if he does plan on adding more features to this, which, I hope he ends up doing. What the heck, lady? Get out of my face. Ugh. No, I'll let you get up. Come on. I'll explain the feature after. So, it's if you grab an enemy, you hold the trigger, and then you can petrify their whole body after, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, just like it is for the other abilities. Summon Master Staff. Okay, and then I believe the final feature of Earthbending is it actually lets us shoot out... Yes, it does. Check this out. So as long as you're moving, you can shoot out these rocks, which on collision should, I believe, petrify the enemy. So let's check this out. Oh no, they don't even petrify the enemy. Okay, I wonder if that can be another skill that gets added, just like the other ones that we had to activate and unlock. Get out of my face. Oh my gosh. Regardless though, while it isn't exactly what I want, being able to use Earthbending again in 1.0 is just a blast. And finally, a rock slam, which just knocks back every enemy that's around you. Watch this. Spawn allies. Spawn army. So with this, ooh, everybody around you just gets absolutely blown back. That is such a cool ability. And does it work if I chuck it? I assume it should. Yes. Like, that's awesome. Oh, I have an idea. Check this out. So if they're fighting all the way up there, I don't see why this wouldn't work. And it just knocks them all back. How cool is that? Oh, and it seems like this might actually petrify them. So let's check this out. So if we slam the ground... Okay, no, this one seems like it just knocks enemies back. Oh well. Still, a very cool ability, and I'm very, very happy with how good this has turned out so far. If you guys are enjoying the earthbending spell, and you have suggestions regardless of whether it's the things that I've already mentioned, or things that you have for yourself, feel free to let me know in the comment section, because I'm really curious what you guys want. Oh, I don't think so. Get out of my face. Oh, I wonder, can we kick this rock wall? I don't see why we couldn't. No freaking shot. Okay, 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 I'm gonna do this. Just nails him right in the face. This is epic. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy with how this has turned out. Spawn army. Why don't we try this? I'm really curious to see how well this works when we're doing it. Ooh, check that out. So if we do this, we have our spikes. Start time. And it does still apply the effects to the enemies and knocks them over. That's cool. Stop time. I wonder. Start time. Ah, and it doesn't knock them back. Okay, I think it's time. So now that we've fought all of those enemies and showcased the main abilities in this, let's try the merges. So if we merge fire and earth together, it's literally like a gun that shoots out those bullets. And okay, maybe it does have a despawn period where it stops. That is so cool. I love that it now uses the base 1.0 burning abilities and literally just lights them on fire. That's awesome. Although, the one thing that I'm not super psyched about is this random box. That's kind of annoying, so I hope Davey gets rid of that when, you know, he updates this again, because there are still a couple of things that can be fixed, but for now, that's pretty awesome. Okay, so we have earthbending and fire, and now let's do the earthbending and gravity. And this one should be extra awesome, so you know what I'm gonna do? Spawn enemy army. We're gonna do it on a bunch of different enemies at once. So if we merge this together, it should create a barrage of meteors. Check this out. Oh, and they just spawn from these funnels that nail every enemy. Let me do that again. So, enemies are still able to fight normally in here, but these meteors just come down and nail them. That is such a cool ability. And I love the way that they come out of these portals also. Absolutely looks beautiful. And last but not least, if we do the earth and the lightning together, check this out. If we pull our hands apart... Oh, I figured something should happen. Hold on, why don't we try this again? Maybe I didn't hold it long enough. There we go. These lightning spikes that come down and just nail every single one of these enemies. That is such a cool ability, and it looks like there's, oh, mist and rain that he added to it, and some fog particles. That, I think, is all new. I don't remember seeing that when this was previously made. That is such a cool ability. You know what I'm thinking, though? It seems like it's not just doing it at random. It seems like it's auto-targeting enemies that are nearby you. Check this out. So if we do this again, watch this. And we pull it apart, aims at him, her, and this guy. Yeah, so there is a bit of auto-targeting involved in the code. I love that. Not to mention, you guys see? It looks like some of the weapons are getting imbued by lightning when they get touched. I don't know what the heck your problem is, pal. Huh, how cool would it be if you could actually imbue the rocks with these abilities? Like, you go up with both hands, for example, or you just... clean up. No shot? Did that actually work? Davey, you didn't! Davey, what did you do? Oh! Oh my god, that's freaking awesome! Hold on. I'm doing this, guys. Sorry if this bothers you. Oh, that's Why the heck are you trying to fight me? You have no limbs. Okay, that's funny. Get out of my face. Oh my gosh, that's epic. So if we can do it with lightning, I'm sure we can do it with the other abilities. So you know what? Let's try fire. Yes. Oh my god. I don't remember being able to do this in the previous versions. So this must all be new. And then look at that. On collision, they get lit on fire. Davey, you sneaky guy. Oh my gosh. That's awesome. Stop time. Start time. Ugh. Freaking epic. Oh my gosh. I love that. And last but not least, why don't we try gravity? So, here we go. And you know what? We can try the actual Earth next. Oh, wait a minute. That actually makes them lose their properties, doesn't it? Oh, that's a little cheesy. Okay. So maybe that's something that he needs to work on. Unfortunate that gravity doesn't do anything to it. I wonder if the way that he coded it just makes them float up automatically, and that's why. But regardless, that's pretty awesome. You know what I'm thinking now, though? Let's do the normal rocks. And why don't we try imbuing this with the earthbending? Yeah, so now it should petrify them on collision. So let's imbue both of these. And yes, it actually petrifies them when we imbue it with those. That's cool. Ugh. Oh my gosh. Get out of my face. This is so epic. I wish we could also customize it, or maybe there was an addition to the mod, like either in the mod menu or an ability that we could add, like, you know, with the crystals and upgrading, so that when you do these skills and have them actually hit an enemy, then it can petrify them, like the entire body or a random part or something. I wonder. Stop time. If I imbue these weapons, I wonder if we can get petrified ourselves. That would be a pretty cool ability. Watch this. Start time. Let's see. We are getting hit and we're not petrified. Maybe that could be another thing if we have self-collision enabled or something like that. Stop time. And I think it's cool that when we freeze time like this, all of the little rock particles that were along with the weapons when they get imbued get frozen too. Not to mention, you know, these little smoke particles. I think this has all turned out pretty great. But you know what I want to test out? How does this work with the abilities? Okay, so it still spawns these regardless. Start time. Oh. Okay, so it seems like it doesn't translate because it's not actually moving the abilities. Which, you know, or it's not actually moving the rock. Which, you know, that's still pretty cool. Stop time. Just based on how this works, I don't see why these abilities wouldn't work when we're doing this, but let's check this out. So if we spawn in these particles, yeah, it looks like everything freezes, but the particles disappear after a certain period of time. The rocks slow down too. Okay guys, but I believe that is it. I have showcased the entirety of the earth bending spell. I don't know what your problem is, but you can get out of here. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It helps out the channel a ton. Thanks for watching.